Hello there, folks. My name is Matthew Mpemba. I am one of your classmates, and I'm here to talk to you about Web 2.0 and the Metaverse. So let's jump right in. So I decided to go ahead and create a PowerPoint. The beginning of the PowerPoint is you and the Metaverse. There's a picture of somebody that's just standing there. It looks like they're in an augmented reality state. So tagline is, what is it? What is the Metaverse? Why is it important? So to me, the Metaverse is obviously away from the physical world. It is a metaphysical world where anything is truly possible. And I mean that. Anything truly is possible. And I think that's something that many people don't really understand is that compared to the limitations of what we have in the real world, like things like gravity and stuff, or even just the ability to create content that isn't really feasible, like a building that could stand straight up in the air and not have anything holding it. It's just levitating in space. I mean, that's something you could never do in real life, but it is possible within the metaverse. So let's jump right in. So the metaverse isn't something you build. It is a world that you can create without the physical realm. Now, what that actually means it's stating that the universe can be created to whatever we want that to be. Now, a lot of businesses are already doing this. Businesses like Facebook, even Tesla, are starting to create abilities for you as users to be able to jump into whatever realm you want to jump into. So let's take for instance, I'm going to move ahead real quick, Metaverse Horizons. Now, this is one that's designed by Facebook. Now, you have to own an Oculus Quest helmet, which is basically. Oops. So Facebook actually did become Meta recently. It was sort of a big change for them, but it really truly wasn't in hindsight. But what it is that's an Oculus Quest helmet right there. You're looking at that, and basically you have to own one of these for the Meta Quest Horizons. Now, what is Meta Quest Horizons? Horizons is basically that is the affinity. That is the direct correlation to what the metaverse is. It's what those characters are when you see them on screen. I'm going to go back really quick. Those characters that you see on screen are called avatars. So when you first start off your Oculus, what you have to do is you have to sign up for Facebook. And I know, Facebook is not really everybody's forte lately, but you have to sign up for Facebook. You have to have a Facebook profile in order to do this. Once you create a Facebook profile, you go ahead and create an avatar, which is what you see before you, those characters that are having a ton of fun, giving each other high fives and jumping up way too high in aerospace. Those characters you design, once you do that, you enter a lobby, kind of like a lobby that you're looking at right here. If you have friends on Facebook, you could always invite them and join in on them. If you don't have any friends on Facebook, you could join in that lobby, and that lobby has a multitude of different doors in it. Those doors are your way to go into each and every different universe that's within the metaverse itself. Now, that's ever expanding, and characters and people like you are creating new things in order to keep the mantra going, in order to keep the system running, and to create literally an entire world. Not to mention, you also have your own personal space. It's like your own apartment building within there, or your own big house, but you have to wind up paying for those ones with actual real money. Yes, real money. People actually pay money to have a virtual house. That's because many millennials and Gen Zers out there realize that it is very hard to buy your own house in the real world, so might as well have a virtual one that's far less expensive. You only have to sit in your parents' basement while you play the game in order to do so, but I digress that. So the world is open to you. You could create anything that you want. However, there's a lot of stops and balances that are in there, including the paywalls that they have. One of the things that I will have to say, now I'm going to jump forward away from this exact portion of it, but what the metaverse is actually good at doing is the metaverse is something that I truly believe is going to be the future of education. And what I mean by that is that of this picture that I gave to you guys that has like the man, myth, legend, the tri-tech. It's on the top, near the top left corner. That's a game that you can play with your friends that allows you to solve problems, real world problems, or even educational problems, and you progress through these stages as you traverse through the educational playground that they have. They have the Anne Frank house, which is in VR, which allows you to go around the attic that Anne Frank was actually in, and learn along the way. Now, these are all great educational references that are utilizing the VR technology that's available within the metaverse, including with the metaverse's actual technology that they have through Facebook. Now, this is incredibly important. Education, I believe, within the next 10 years, even with or without, with obviously with COVID, but without COVID too. Let's say if COVID never happened. I believe that this was destined to happen from the beginning, because not only does it allow students to, compared to regular online e-learning that we have right now, where it's very solitary and you get done with your assignments, the metaverse will also open up a way for students to learn and be sociable with their fellow colleagues or classmates. And be able to do that in the real, be able to kind of interact as though they were in the real world, but within a metaverse, and learn at the same time. I believe that social skills are a adept way of students being able to learn and working in conjunction with that, because learning also happens outside the classroom, and I believe it also helps learning when it comes to students having to work with each other, so they kind of learn from each other. So why I believe that this is going to move forward is because VR is a way for students to gain an understanding of how the world is going to look by the VR helmet. And as we continue to traverse through the VR world, including the metaverse, I truly think that the education online servicing that we give to students today can be bettered with the use of VR. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I know it was relatively short. I usually kind of go a little bit further into this stuff, but I didn't want to make this too egregiously long. So I want to end it here. I want to thank you guys for watching the video, and if you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to me. Thank you very much.